Well, good morning, everybody. Your old buddy Stephen J here. Going to do something a little bit different. I know I normally try to hurry up with my videos and keep them to a minute or less, but going to just do a little bit of a long form thing here. And as always, if you get tired halfway through, just take a nap. You don't got to listen all the way through. But I wanted to share with you something kind of serious here. Recently, we got some news that made us both, sad and mad and not happy. And my granddaughter, she's 16 years old, lived with us for quite a while, and she knows me. And so she knew the situation. She's old enough to understand what happened, and she's sad as well. But she looks at me, and I don't know if she knew the wisdom she dispensed, but she said to me, oh, don't let this be your personality for the next 6 months. And think about it. Life happens. We get our rear ends kicked, by whatever. Maybe we did something stupid and are facing the consequences, or just out of the blue, stuff happens. And that was the situation with this particular thing I'm talking about. And you can live for the next 6 months under that thing that happened. You can live with that thing hanging over you and kind of almost dictating how you feel that day. And some people, we have drama queens in our midst, don't we? And I've been accused of being one a time or two. But anyway, she says, don't let that be your personality for the next 6 months. And you know what? It's not going to be. Even if I didn't know the Lord, I think at my age, and I know it'll amaze you to hear that I'm 65 years old, I think even if I was doing life by myself, I would probably have figured out by this time to not live under your circumstances. People say, well, under the situation, or I'm doing okay considering. Well, okay, who decides how you're going to live? Who decides what you're going to consider in your mind? Who decides what is going to tell you how to live your life? Okay, now, bad things happen. I'm not saying pretend that they didn't and pretend you're happy when you're not, but talk to somebody. Talk to the Lord. That's been, I don't remember a time when I was not a Christian young man. And so I've got that going for me. And I know a lot of you do that are listening to me. And if you don't, I don't know how you're getting by in life. I really don't. Because your intellect, your ability to rationalize, and your ability to figure things out and fix things for yourself, that's going to run out. Even as a Christian, there's times when I've tried to fix things on my own and straighten out people, not just on Facebook, but face to face, in my own strength, in my own intellect. And yes, my intellect is limited. I will be the first to admit it. So anyway, she says, don't let this be your personality for the next 6 months, is what she said to me. And so I'm not gonna, life goes on, and God is still good, and God brings good out of any stupid, bad, evil thing that happens if you let him. Doesn't mean he caused it. No, not saying that at all. But he can get us through it. He's the only one that can. I mean, you can see a therapist, and I'm not saying never see a therapist. But I will say this, I would not go see a therapist if I knew that they did not put Jesus in the equation and point me to some Bible passages that would encourage me and help me. Anyway, so there you have it. A little bit longer than normal, and if you sat through it, I hope you were encouraged. I really do. I'm not always a goofball. I'm really not, kids. I do like to have fun, and sometimes that's an escape for me, and okay, I've got other problems too. Anyway, all right, goodbye.